Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. This is Monkey. He's a little camera shy, but I'm so excited for what we're going to talk about today. Well, obviously, it's another smoke with me. Make sure that you have something to smoke and something to drink. We have to stay hydrated. I'm going to have some water first because I always forget to drink water. And as of late, I've been smoking this high 90s indica, all-in-one, disposable, whatever you want to call it. Today's episode is an episode that I wish somebody would have made me when I was a youngin', back when I was a boy. You guessed it, horrors, or you can read and you read the title. We're going to talk about how to have confidence in your body, but these are my weird ways and my effective ways that everybody can use. It's not just like how to feel pretty or sexy. Like it's not, just for like the feminine type of bitch. It's just for everybody. So buckle up, okay? Strap the fuck in. We're going on a wild ride. I'm going to change the way you think about your body by starting off with how you refer to your body. We're going to stop calling it our body and we're going to get in the habit of calling it our human suit. Now, hear me out, bitch. I'm not making this up. This is literally the truth. Your human suit, this meat suit, your body, if you will, is literally made so that you can experience Earth. That's its only purpose, is to be a machine for you to utilize this Earth experience so that you can have a human 3D fucking experience that you chose when you decided you wanted to come to Earth. And we'll get into that later. This episode is going to be a little bit esoteric, like a lot of the shit we talk about. So when you're sitting up there being literally fucking mean to yourself, and I'm not yelling at you, I'm yelling at old Danny. Like I used to say horrible things about myself to myself. And I would just sit there and think and say these horrible things. And it's like, bitch, what are you doing bullying your human suit for? It literally loves you and it's just there so you can experience Earth. If there's something you don't like about it, you can change it. Whether that is through manifestation, through the way that you eat, through the way that you exercise, if you want to get cosmetic surgery, if you want to dye your hair, it doesn't matter. There's so many avenues, and we'll get into kind of like my favorite avenues to do such things. But the bottom line is, bitch, your human suit loves you and you're sitting there being mean to it, and like you're kind of a bully for that. Okay, now we're going to piggyback, and this is going to get a little bit further into the esoteric area that I'm talking about. Again, I did not make any of this up, so if you're like, I fucking hate this ideology, then you hate it, but don't blame me. Don't hate me. Not enough people realize this, but we chose our bodies before we even came to Earth. We begged, we chose, we decided to have the human experience and come to Earth. Do you know how many souls exist in the universe in general that don't get to come to Earth? It takes a lot of willpower and energy to come to Earth. So if you're a human, congratulations. You're strong as fuck. It took a lot of energy to get here. Be proud of yourself. But also know that you chose this path. You chose everything down to the details of your fucking body, of your human suit. You chose what lessons you were going to learn. You chose what situations you were going to have to go through to grow through. You chose your human suit. You chose your appearance before you even fucking came here. Deep down, you do love yourself. You do. And it doesn't feel good when you're being mean to your body and hating yourself, because that is out of alignment with what you're supposed to do. When you're in alignment with yourself, you love and appreciate and acknowledge all the stuff that your human suit does for you. But when you're being mean to it and you hate it, the reason it feels so fucking terrible is because you're not supposed to feel that way. And your body knows you're not supposed to feel that way. And your body's reacting to feeling rejected. I know, how sad is that? I cried when I first heard that. So yeah, point one and point two kind of go together, but just stop calling it your body. Start calling it your human suit. And then remember, you chose the human suit, bitch. You love your human suit deep down and it wants you to love it. All it wants to do is please you. So don't be fucking rude. Let's take a hit. Now the next tip, or rather not a tip that didn't work for me, a tip that I got a lot. But this is something that's really trendy, like extremely fucking trendy. I'm sure you guys probably know what I'm talking about. I think her name's Beth Myers. She's the one who kind of like, I don't know if she coined the term or what, but it's kind of her brand, which is like body neutrality. And I think that's a really dope concept if it works for you. It does not fucking work for me even a little bit, and I'm going to tell you why. The whole point of this is feeling neutral about your body. You don't hate it, you don't love it, you're neutral. Okay, I can get behind that sentiment for sure, but I actually can't get behind just feeling neutral about my body. Just being like, I don't like it. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. If I don't like it, then I'm sorry, that's not how my mind works. Like, if I don't like it, then I don't like it. It's not a, oh, but I don't hate it. I just don't like it. I either like it or I don't. So if I don't like it, that's a negative thing. And I don't want to feel negative or indifferent. I want to have confidence. Like, I get it if you're just trying to like work through whatever barrier to just help you exist in the world. But long term, I want to love my body regardless of like what it looks like. Also, there's nothing wrong with this phrase, this term, this movement. I have seen it help tons and tons of people. The way my brain works, it does not fucking help me. And I think because of the severity of the eating disorder that I struggled with, which by the way, I know you always struggle with it, you don't get rid of it, but you can learn to like, cope with it, work through it, become stronger. And so what I have found is being indifferent or neutral about my appearance doesn't really work for me, because to me that's the same thing as not liking it, and not liking it is the same, low-key the same thing as hating it. But I have an actual theory as to why I think this doesn't work for me as well. We know, and it is scientifically proven, y'all should really look into this as well. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks a lot about this, but your body, it's listening, right? It's a very smart machine. It's listening to you. It knows your thoughts, your wants, the way you speak, especially. It absorbs all of that. The way you feel about it, it absorbs all of that. So if I'm telling my body that I don't really like it that much, I don't hate it, but I don't love it, I'm just neutral about it, I feel like I can't trust my body. I feel like I don't have a good relationship with it. I want my body to be like, you love me, I love you, we work together. If we're both just like, you're fine, there's not a lot of trust there. But there's some good in that situation as well, because since our body responds to our thoughts, our words, our feelings, the signals that we send to it, our emotions, all that good shit. I'm not like a scientist, but like I'm sure it has to do with like molecules or atoms or whatever the fuck. The good news is the way that you speak about yourself will literally become true over time. When I first learned about this, I was like, I don't need proof. I am a placebo effect ass bitch. But I saw proof from other people, and then I did it myself, and people in my life were like, I have watched your body fucking change just because you said that you were going to manifest that. And I literally I love that. I've done it multiple times. I fucking love it. I think it's so fun and it's so cool, and it's a really cool way to kind of like experiment and play with like your magic powers and your connection to your body, to your human suit. It's so cool when you see, wait a minute, this shit literally does respond to what I tell it to do, when I talk about it in a loving way, when I say that I care about it, that I'm proud of it, that I love it, and then when I just affirm over and over how I feel about myself. Like, I'm fucking gorgeous, I'm glowing, I'm sexy, stunning, curvy, beautiful goddess. Let's take another hit. I keep forgetting to take a hit because I get like excited to talk. And finally, I want to talk about mirror work. So you're like, Danny, what's mirror work? Can you go into depth about it? Not really. No, I can't actually, because I'm not that educated on it. But when I hear other people talk about it, I'm like, I believe you, bitch. I believe you. Basically, what I've gathered, right, is that mirrors are portals to other dimensions, which we all know other dimensions exist. We all know we can quantum leap. We all know that there's like different timelines happening at the same time. And so time isn't linear like this. It's actually more like this. So there's all these things happening at once, right? Past, present, future. It's all the same thing happening at the same time. So with that being said, somehow a mirror is a portal for other dimensions. And I have heard many people say this, so that's enough for me to believe it. And then basically when you're looking in a mirror, what you affirm to yourself and say to yourself and say about yourself is so fucking powerful at that time, because since it's a portal, you're basically telling that version of you and other versions of you that that's who you are. And you're kind of reaffirming that energy of that being who you are. So when you're saying negative shit, you're reaffirming to your human suit and to like your energetic being that you are a piece of shit. So the thing that I was taught to do is anytime you look in a mirror, you have to say something negative about anytime you look in a mirror, you have to say something positive about yourself. And every time you look in a mirror, you are not allowed to say anything negative. You have to literally force yourself to hype yourself up. Even if you don't believe it in that moment, tell yourself you have to. And then it's going to get in the habit of every single time you see yourself naked in the mirror, specifically naked, but like do this whether or not you're naked as well. But when you see yourself naked in the mirror, like your body and like your reaction is just going to be so happy, because you're just going to be like, oh, wait, I love myself in every dimension. I am that bitch. And you train yourself that every time you see yourself, you get happy and you love yourself. And that's healthy as fuck. And that's all I got for you guys. I wish I had more information on the mirror work. I think you guys should look it up. What if you guys look it up and then you're like, okay, you were right about what to do, but you were wrong about why? That would be so funny. I heard it a long time ago and I've been doing it for a while and it really fucking works. That's all I know. I hope that you guys try some of these. I know they're fucking weird, but they really do work. That's all for today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.